Happy Friday. Hope everyone's doing well. It's a beautiful, sunny Friday night. Excuse me. Just trying to have a nice, quiet, relaxing Friday night and sharing some nice, happy, peaceful affirmations to bring peace and love and happiness to everyone's life. Isn't that nice? But first, I manifest that each of you watching this will wake up every day this week with the weight of the world being light. I manifest you have a week full of laughter and abundance of unending joy. I manifest into your life kind people where you exchange compassion and energy and exchange in each other's souls peace and unconditional love. I think that's important. If we can have nice, compassionate people in our life, it really does make our lives easier, even when we have people who are not nice and compassionate. If we have a few compassionate people in our life, it kind of brings us up to deal with the less compassionate people. And also, if we have people who respect themselves, who hold themselves as important, but not use that against other people, because that's empaths who treat themselves and each other as important, but not sacrifice other people's needs. That's what the problem with empaths is. They think that it's taking their needs first is selfish, and they think that taking your own self first is narcissistic. No, taking your own self first is important, but as long as you don't impinge on other people, as long as you don't sacrifice other people's needs for your own, that's narcissistic. So that's why empaths need to need to put themselves on a higher pedestal so that they can be at their highest self to help other people. Because if you help other people when you're not at your best, you tend to make a few mistakes along the way. Hello, Grandpa Brian. Hope you're doing well. Oh, hi, Danny. Danny Staten. Awesome. Glad to see you here. South Carolina. Must be a lot hotter than here. Here it's in the like 76, which is pretty cool. Perfect. It's been 90 last week. This week has been nice 80s, which is really much better. But I went on a tangent, which I tend to do sometimes. Everyone watching this video this week, I hereby command only people who are fun-loving, joyful, carefree, compassionate, peaceful be in your life this week. Those who could not be happy or choose not to be happy will stay far away from you. I further command that everyone who sees this video receive a full 59 doses of happiness, and also everyone you meet will also receive 59 doses of happiness. It'll replicate, will not affect your happiness. It'll just replicate your happiness upon others, especially those who choose not to be happy or cannot be happy. They still receive full 59 doses of happiness into their life. Everyone that you interact with this week will treat each other with dignity and respect, including themselves. It is done. It is done. It is done. Thank you, thank you, thank you. That's another important thing, that if you treat yourself with dignity and respect, you tend to treat others with dignity and respect. And it kind of be missing that in life, that we work so hard, that we think that we work so hard that it will, in the end, produce benefit. That's bullshit. We need to take our needs first before we work so hard. If we work so hard for people who appreciate us, who treat us in return, there's a return of that investment, that's fantastic. But if we're working so hard with the idea that it will be returned eventually in the future, karma, don't do that. Don't sacrifice your needs. Don't work so hard. I was talking to my group last night. It's not really my group. It's just a group of people I work with. That you can't keep working so hard to make up for what other people are not doing. Because that way the other people will expect that. And you'll just keep having more and more on your plate. You just have to do what you can do to the best of your ability. But at that point, don't push yourself. Don't do 110%. Do 90 to 100% because you do 90% because you need to take breaks every so often. But don't sacrifice your needs. Don't sacrifice yourself because you're going to burn out. And never burn yourself out, because that way people eventually will say, well, he's been able to accomplish this before. He's not, standing up to his potential. No, you do what you can do as you can do it. If you find you're doing too much, you've got to pull back. If they're setting you up to fail, you've got to fail. I know that's difficult, but that's one of the big things about life, is that if others are setting you up to fail, it's time you fail. And then from there, build yourself up. It's a tough lesson to learn. And I fight with that lesson every day when, I'm trying to do my job and I realize I have too much on my plate. And I know I can do it, but I've got to skip lunch. I've got to multitask. I've got to extend myself too far. But if I do that and I know they're going to appreciate it, I can see that. But if I do that and they're going to expect it from the future, I got to pull back. I have to fail. And that's one of the biggest lessons in life, that if you're set up to fail, you've got to fail and then build from there and establish a better line of what you can and can't do. There's a nice little hummingbird flying around. I love seeing him around. Okay. Friday law of attraction. I attract the optimal people into my life according to my highest good. It's good to attract people in your life who are in alignment with what you need into your highest good. I use my divine infinite potential for my highest good. I deserve the best. As long as you're in alignment with choosing what you need and that you deserve the best, that's important. I choose to become a better person. I choose to become a better friend. I choose to become a better partner, which means husband and wife. I choose to become a better parent. I choose to become a better father. I choose to become a better human being. I choose to become a better soul. You have to choose to become better, but being better means you also have to take your own needs first. What is oh sorry? I see Lori Elderkin. Hello, Lori Elderkin. And I see an oh sorry. Oh, no birthday for Chloe. Oh, no. Well, hello, Lori Elderkin. Hello, Grandpa Brian. Hello, Chloe. Hello, Danny Staten. There are 3 people here. That's wonderful. And I enjoy having you here. I appreciate having you here. Yeah, I tend to skip my own birthday because it's a lot easier that way. If you don't expect anything happy birthdays, it makes things a lot easier. But if people do appreciate your birthday, it makes it better. But that's just my life. Every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. You have to have that mindset. In every day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. Because you have to focus on that you're getting better and better. Because this world is kind of weird right now. But if you focus on that you're getting better and better and don't worry about what the world is doing, things are better. I have moved out of poverty thinking and moved into prosperity thinking. My finances are reflecting this change now. It's important that I have moved out. I have moved away. I have left poverty thinking and I am fully I've moved into, I'm comfortable and happy in the prosperity thinking, and my finances are reflecting this change now. It's important that You have to get yourself out of that poverty thinking and live in prosperity thinking, because if you live in prosperity thinking, life will get better, life will improve. But you also must be appreciate what you have. Thank you for all the good in my life, because if you thank the good in your life, more good will come into your life. Each day brings wonderful new surprises. If you expect new surprises will come into your life. I pay my bills with compassion and I rejoice as I write out each check. Now, this sounds counterintuitive. Why would I rejoice paying off my bills? I'm losing money there. No. If you rejoice in paying the bills that you're burdened, the thing that you're debt that need you pay back, if you rejoice in it, it will come back to you. As long as you're happy, is joyful, the more happiness and joy you have in your life, it will come back to you. Abundance flows freely through me. Abundance flowing freely through me means basically I have abundance and I spread it out to those around me, to those who deserve it, to those who need it. And if I rejoice in the abundance that flows through me, abundance will still come into me so that I can spread it. Source will see that you're spreading the abundance to everyone around you and give you more abundance. And isn't that great? I am so happy and grateful now that money comes to me in increasing quantities through unexpected sources, through multiple sources on a continuous basis. Sometimes you just have to expect money coming into your life. You don't overextend yourself. That's when some people make mistakes, where they tend to overextend themselves and end up in debt. There's a difference there where you use the money you have. Don't put yourself in debt, but you use the money you have to help others, and it'll come back to you. And it's a difficult lesson to learn that, you're helping people and going too far and burdening yourself. You don't want to do that, but you want to help other people with what you do have. There's a balancing act there, and as you go through life, you'll learn. In the favor declaration that I got from Arwayne Steiger, or at least the Soul Tribe, the Arwayne Steiger group. So someone might have given to Arwayne Steiger and he might have read it. And then from there, I modified it. So a lot of things that I have, all these affirmations and declarations that I have, I wrote out. And then as I was writing it, like a true scribe, I changed it from my own perspective. And that's the most important thing, is that back in the day when books were copied, because they didn't have a printing press, they were physically handwritten. That each time they were handwritten, the scribe will read it and think, wait, I have a better way of saying this. And they would rewrite it. But what they said might have not what the original author meant. But that's not important. The most important thing is that everything that you come across that you think, I like this, you have to rewrite for your own abilities, your own perspective, and your own needs. So every affirmation, every declaration that you say, I like this, I'm going to pick it up. Modify it. Modify it as you write it out. Modify it as you read it. And that's okay. As you read it each time, if you read it wrong, it's not wrong. It just means your perspective has changed a little bit, and you go from there. So let me read it. All these favors will work with me as I give voice to them. No matter who wrote this, I am giving voice to them. I'm giving it, it's going to be mine now because I am voicing what someone else might have wrote. It's now mine because I'm voicing it. Favor is with me in everything I undertake. Favor is with me everywhere I go. Favor allows everything I set my hand upon to prosper in the most positive, happy, healthy, prosperous way for me. Favor allows everything I set both my hands to prosper twice as quickly, with the potential of prospering twice as much in the most happy, healthy, beneficial way for me and everyone close to my heart. Favor is with me in the city. Favor is with me in the country. Favor is with me in the dark. Favor is with me in the light. Favor floats with me as I kayak. Favor walks with me as I hike. Favor is with me as I drive. Favor is with me as I bike. Favor is with me at home. Favor is with me at work. Favor is with me at leisure. Favor is with me at play. Favor is with me at rest. Favor walks with me as I come in. Favor walks with me as I go out. Favor heals my body as I speak favor into my body. Favor heals my eyes to see clearly. Favor heals my ears to hear clearly. Favor heals my mind to think clearly. Favor heals my body into pure, ideal, youthful, happy, healthy perfection. Favor allows me to see with compassion. Favor allows me to hear with compassion. Favor allows me to speak with compassion. Favor allows me to think with compassion. Favor helps me to live the most compassionate life possible. Favor protects my children. Favor protects my pets. Favor protects my family. Favor protects my friends. Favor watches over everyone who are close to my heart. Favor envelops me in pure, total safety. Favor grants my grounds abundance of unending joy. Favor fills my pantry with abundance of food. Favor fills my pantry with abundance of liquid nutrition. Favor fills my life with peaceful prosperity. Favor overfills my food. Favor overflows my liquid nutrition. Favor overflows my liquid nourishment. Favor compels every single one of my enemies or adversaries to always seek peace and compassion with me. Favor compels everyone with whom I interact to always maintain peace and compassion with me. Favor encloses my barns. Favor fills my storehouses. Favor provides safety to every single one of my possessions, no matter how small, no matter how big. They all have as much favor as they need. Favor ensures all my possessions always prosper, no matter how big, no matter how small. Favor preserves all my material property to last longer and work as new until a new or higher value replacement is already in my possession, at which point it can stop working and retire. Favor protects all my possessions. Favor protects all my property. Favor keeps all my possessions in total safety. Favor keeps all my property in total safety. Favor protects me. Favor protects my offspring. Favor protects everyone who are close to my heart. Favor keeps me in total safety. Favor leads me to discover good fortune in all things. Favor leads me to discover good fortune everywhere. Favor leads me to discover good fortune at all times. Favor caused me to come out as the head. Favor allows me to come out on top. Favor allows me to always be above all interactions. Favor gives me favor with all the elements. Favor generates a favorable atmosphere between me and everyone with whom I interact. No matter how small our interactions are, I always end up as a favorable result. Favor initiates peace between me and all spiritual beings. Favor initiates peace between me and all physical beings. I am favored, but in the spiritual realm. Favor blesses those who help me accomplish all my goals. Favor helps those who assist me in completing my projects. Everyone in all dimensions see me in great favor. Favor seeks me out. Favor always finds me easily. Favor always finds me effortlessly. Favor helps me turn every single obstacle, no matter how small, no matter how big, into an opportunity. Favor allows me to see the true potential of every obstacle, no matter how big, no matter how small, every opportunity, no matter how big or how small, to turn it into something that I will prosper from it. Favor ensures I know how to optimally use each of the tools in my arsenal to use every opportunity, every obstacle in the most efficient, effective way for me to learn, for me to prosper. This has been stated in my own words to go out in the world to produce benefit and return to me and everyone close to my heart only positive results. And honestly, I added a lot to this. The words that are here, I added so much to it. Lori Elderkin, you're an Aquarius. I'm a February Pisces. One thing you got to learn in life is watch out for the Pisces. They're all crazy. That's my experience in life. That every other Pisces, of course not me, every other Pisces I've ever met have been crazy people. They're also tapped because they tap into the source, the spiritual realm at all times, but a lot of them aren't aware of it or aren't in control of their abilities to tap into the spiritual realm. And it drives them crazy. It just shows up. Oh, so why does it say February Aquarius? Oh, it's Cleo. Chloe. I think of Cleopatra. I see Chloe for something I think of. So, Chloe, you're a February Aquarius. I'm combining things as I'm reading. I need to. Oh, Libra. My friend's a Libra. They balance. Very balanced people. I went on a tangent again. It's okay. I wanted to say something about one of these things. I'm not sure what it was, but it couldn't have been that important. It doesn't matter. These favor declarations, you have to make them personal because every one of us need favor in different parts of our lives. And it changes week to week, day to day, sometimes hour to hour, where we lose connection with what we need, what we want, what we perception. And sometimes we need to shift our focus. That what we think we need right now might not be the same as we need in another hour, another day, another week. And that's what the good thing about the favor declaration is that favor is always there for you when you need it. You're just going to ask, It's not that, also another thing is that there was something that Arwayne Steiger was talking about the evangelicals when they touch somebody and they was it the spirit, it was something about when the spirit comes into somebody and they're killed by the spirit, they're affected by the spirit. What it is when an evangelical person comes to somebody and they use the spirit to heal them. The reason why the people are so affected when they're knocked out, when they fall to the ground, is that this evangelical person is taking the energy from the person who needs healing. They're taking their energy away and giving it back to them. So the evangelical priest, the person healing them, is not actually healing them with their power. They're using the person's own healing power for them, against them, sort of thing. And that's why there's that shock. It's like they take all the energy out of them and brings it back into them. And that's one of the big things, is that the healing thing is that these people are knocked out, not because that this person is healing them, but because they're sucking their energy away and returning it back to them, because your own energy knows what you need. And that's the trick they're using against you, that they go, oh, I was healed by the priest. I was healed by the pastor. I was healed by that healing person. But healing doesn't come from other people. Healing comes from yourself, returning that energy that you need back to you. It's weirdest thing is that you know what you really need, but you're not asking in the right way. While the person who's healing you is kind of like a catalyst. They're not affected either way, but they're there to help take it away and give it back to you in the right direction. And that's, while Arwayne Steiger was talking about it, I was thinking to myself, and honestly, probably was a download with the spirit saying, hey, pay attention to this. There's something I got to tell you here about this. And that's a lot of times is if I'm driving alone, I'm listening to the radio. Sometimes I'm not listening to the radio. I'm talking to myself because I'm actually having a conversation with my higher self. And I'll lose track of minutes, sometimes a half an hour, and I'll realize, wait, I was listening to the radio. I had a full-blown conversation with myself and got so much positive information. What am I going to do with this? And a lot of times the information you get is meant for you to deal with so that you can learn from it. Hello, Kyle Rock. Say I love you, aka the movement. Hello. Good seeing you here. I'm just reading my affirmation declarations and trying to find happy balance. Because a lot of the advice we give to other people is the advice we need to give to ourselves. Never forget that. When you're giving advice to someone else, think about that afterwards, because you might need that advice for yourself in the near future. Lexus Robocop, oh, hello. Oh, happy birthday, Lexus Robocop, dude. People are actually coming in. This is wonderful. The big problem we have in life is that the world we live in, the news, the other people, our bosses, people we interact with in our life, they try to manipulate us. They try to control us. They try to turn us into slaves for their needs. We have to remove that. I nullify all of my slavery programming. I void out all of my slavery programming. I delete all my slavery programming. I erase all my slavery programming. Every day you have to think to yourself, what are other things, other people trying to tell me that I don't need? Either it's your job or your boss, or even worse, the news, or the advertisement, the products. You go into the store and you're manipulated in some way to buy things you really don't need, and you become a slave to those products. You become a slave to the store, become a slave to your boss, become a slave to your work. Every day you have to remove that, whether it be the beginning, which is better, or the end of your day, which is also important. You don't need, actually, the end of the day is good, because if you can remove those slavery programming at the end of the day, you can keep it out of your dreams. But yeah, we're always programmed. And, we're slaves to a lot of things we don't even realize. So you got to avoid it. We got to remove it when you can. The news is the worst because it wants us to be fearful, because fear sells. The more fear, you want a solution. So they give you the problem and they give you a solution, but the solution's not the total solution. It's only a partial solution to keep you coming back. So you become addicted to that fear. So that's why to remove that fear out of your mind, remove that fear out of your life, and remove that slavery programming. I choose to stand in my power as a full sovereign being who can use my freedom. I choose to stand in my power as a full sovereign being who knows that I am free. I don't need this slavery programming. I don't need this programming. My mind is free. My heart is free. My body is free. My spirit is free. My soul is free. I control my life. I control my life experiences. I am the master of my life. I drive my life. I control my life. I know what I need. I control my timeline. I control my life. And that's what we need. We need to take control of our life and stop listening to that bullshit programming that's put into our life by so many people in our life. Even people we trust and love, they try to program us. And the only program we need is a program we have for ourselves. And that program can change day to day, hour to hour, minute to minute. And that's no fun. If we program ourselves what we need, it's okay. I was reading something about, well, it doesn't matter. This is my time. I was reading something about someone talking about painful memories in your life. And a long time I learned that those painful memories in our life keep coming up. And as we remember it, we actually rewrite it and make it worse, because for some reason that memory wants to keep coming up. We don't need those painful memories, but they keep coming up because they want, they're a part of us. We've already grown from it. We've already learned from it. We've already lived it. What you can do is remember that memory, but change it a little bit to what you really need from that. You take that memory and you modify it to make it a little bit more positive each time. So you make those painful memories into a positive result. It might be challenging at first because some of those painful memories have been locked in concrete in your mind. But like all things, the concrete you think is actually clay, and it will actually shift and change as you need it. So you have to keep rewriting it because honestly, psychologists and police know that memories are plastic. They mend, they modify from our own perspective. So you might as well use your plastic, your clay memory to your best interest and rewrite your memories to make it more positive. And eventually, what those were, those painful memories, you'll be able to modify it enough so that that painful memory won't be that painful anymore. It'll be what you do remember from it, where you could pull positively from it. But it takes practice. So every time that painful memory comes, you can't push it out. You have to keep it, remember it, and then change it a little bit so that as you remember it again, you have to go back with that slightly modified positiveness and keep changing it more and more and make it more and more positive. It's challenging, but if you're a sensitive person, you tend to have those painful memories come back. A lot of us who are, uh, you know, anxiety people, we have those painful memories that keep coming back into our lives, and they kind of shape us. So we have to take those memories and make them more positive, and take the anxiety away. I am thankful for all that I have and all that I will receive. No matter what happened in your past, you're here now. Be thankful for it. You've changed. You're here now. Live in the now. Don't worry about the future. Don't worry about the past. Be thankful for your past. Live in the now. I appreciate for what I am and what I'll become. I'm thankful for who I am and who I will become. You basically want to thankful for what you are right now, who you are. Be thankful for what you are. Don't resent yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Be thankful for your heart. Appreciate yourself, because if you don't appreciate yourself, who's going to appreciate you? I am humble when I revel in the wonders of power. Be humble when the power, because the powers are all around you. And when you're humble to it, when you accept it, when you don't fight it, you just accept it as it is. It's power. Make it part of you, and then make yourself better from working with that power. The next 24 hours will be easy, relaxing, happy, healthy, and calm for me and for everyone close to my heart. You've got to push it out into there and accept it. Next 24 hours that you're going to make it positive, because if you think yourself that the next 24 hours are going to be positive, those next 24 hours will be more positive. And from there, you got to work on the little things, and eventually you can say the next 7 days will be positive, the next 1 month will be positive, the next year will be positive. Because no matter what's happening in the world around you, no matter what bullshit, diseases, wars are happening around you, you control your little world. You control your life. No matter what happened at the worst parts of history, people excelled. People were benefiting. People were taking control of situations and turning things around for not just themselves, for those around them. And that's important. No matter what happens in the big picture, in your little world, you've got to make it positive so your life, is good. No matter what bullshit happens, the wars and the disease happens around you. Even disease, if there's plague, people getting sick and dying, there was a village. This is the plague came into this village and killed a few people, but the people knew the right things to do. They closed it. This is the weirdest thing. They closed the village off, says, hey, we got the plague. They sent a note, put vinegar around it. I don't know how vinegar kept the plague away, but that's not the story. I heard this yesterday. I thought it was a fascinating story. They sent it to the other villages around, saying, hey, we have the plague. We don't want to spread it. We're going to do the best we can to help you all, but we need food so that we can survive it. And then, work our way through the plague, because the plague had a certain shelf life that eventually it works its way through the people. And once the people healed over the course of 4 or 5 months, people who died from the plague, people who survived, it was over. So they told the other villagers, hey, we don't want to spread it, so we're going to stay here, but we need your help. Other villagers said, yes, we'll help you. And they gave them, actually, the people in the village who had the plague, the bubonic plague, actually ate better while they had the plague than they did before, because the other villages got together and helped this little village. And by doing that, this village survived and helped the other villages. Once they survived, helped the other villages around them, because they weren't able to do so much, but they were so appreciative that they wanted to pay back. That the small little area, I think it was in France, actually made it out much better than the other areas of the whole country. And that's because they knew what they needed to do. They need to say, we got to close ourselves off because we don't want to spread this around, but we need help. And can you help us? And the other villages helped them. And afterwards, they helped the other villages because, again, plague just kept running it through the country. But everyone learned from that, and they knew what foods were actually helping with the plague. And they still don't exactly know how what they did actually saved this little village, and how that little village saved the other ones around it. It was probably positive thinking more than anything else, but it was a fascinating story, and it might have just been hearsay for all I know, but it was a good story at least. And I've actually gone further than half an hour, but I'm going to end with this. I am grateful for all the joy, happiness, peace, positivity, prosperity, favor, and grace that finds me today. I am open to it, I receive it, and I am ready. The most important thing is that in your life, you've got to be open to the positivity. You've got to be open and thankful for what you have. If you see a penny on the ground, pick it up, say thank you for the penny. If someone helps you out, you say thank you to them. I appreciate your help. When I go to a store, I hate Walmart. I don't hate the dollar stores as much, because the dollar store people tend to be nicer people for some reason, but Walmart people, they're just burned out people. Walmart people they're just so sad. So when I go to Walmart, especially the city, less affluent Walmarts, when you have to go there to get what you need, I go out and make sure that I tell these people thank you. Even if I don't need their help, I ask for a little bit of help, and I thank you, say have a great night, have a great day, because that brings them up a little bit. Because a lot of times, especially in the more repressed areas, what Walmart is, these people are judged, these people are pushed down, these people just have a hard time. So try to bring positivity into other people's lives, and try to accept the positivity when you can find it in your life. And the most important thing is that when you have something good to you, if you're driving and you come upon a light, as you just come to it, it turns green. Don't think it's coincidence. You say, thank you, universe, for giving me this green light, because more and more things like that will happen. And don't think about it. Just say thank you as much as you can. Don't think about coincidence. Say thank you as much as you can, because the more, quote, coincidences that you have in your life, the more thankful you are for it, the more will come into your life, and the more it'll bring you up. Because I think what's coming up is going to be a lot of negativity, because the news and the government live off negativity to push us down. So if we're living in positivity, we're at least will be positive, at least the people close to be positive. And no matter what the government and the media and the corporations do, it doesn't matter, because we're in a good place. Okay, I've said enough. Be at peace, be at prosperity, be at happiness. It's good for you. Things are looking up. No matter what the garbage corporations, government, and media tells you, your life is looking up. You have positivity, you have prosperity, you have grace, and you have favor in your life. Just find it, appreciate it, and make it part of your life. What's next?